Tyreek Hill is one of the most explosive players in the NFL, but his off-field decision-making has made more headlines. In 2015 at Oklahoma State, Hill pleaded guilty to domestic assault and battery by strangulation and was given 3 years probation after he was accused of punching and choking his pregnant girlfriend. Fast forward to 2019, Hill had police called to his house multiple times to investigate allegations of child abuse of his 3-year-old son, including a broken arm. But prosecutors declined to charge either Hill or his same girlfriend. Later, an audio tape surfaced of Hill's girlfriend accusing Hill of punching their son in the chest, with Hill stating that his fiancée should be terrified of him injuring her. Again, the audio tape led to no charges. Friday, citing a lack of evidence, the NFL decided not to discipline Hill, leaving the investigation open if further evidence emerges. Hill has been reinstated and can participate in training camp. Andy Reid has certainly dealt with his fair share of troubled players during his tenure with the Chiefs.
We're comfortable with Tyreek coming back here. Look forward to bringing him back here and having an opportunity to get back doing what he loves to do. He has some obligations that he'll take care of as he goes, and I'm not going to get into all that. I'm going to kind of end it after this here. But we've all, and particularly you folks here, you've all read all the statements, and as we have, and we have the trust in Tyreek, and that we're going to go forward in a positive way here.
All right, Marcus, we're going to take it to the field now. You ready to take it to the field?
Yeah, we can talk football.
You want to do anything else?
Go
for it.
I think you need to give credence to what the situation is. All right, because the NFL decided to take no action doesn't mean that you don't need to have a more powerful stance. Andy Reid, to me, is one of those coaches where he's always had great rapport with his players. That's what I know about Andy Reid. You always wonder if it's enablement at times when you want to get past something so quick. And I don't know what's going on in the back, behind the scenes. Andy Reid talked about his obligations and all of that. I just know, at some point, right, these stories have to stop following you, or this is who you are. And then, too, as we move forward, football is not the problem solver. I want people to stop saying that when he gets back to the team and on the field, everything will be fine. That is not the problem solver. Obviously, it's not the problem solver in this situation. So I just need to be more of an effort put forward to make sure that Tyreek Hill is not only receiving the help that he needs, but also taking the responsibility. It's not a victory to be reinstated. That's not the victory here. The victory is you hope that Tyreek Hill mind and heart changes and he becomes a better person because of this opportunity that he's been presented. All right, that's enough of my.
You want him to get the help that he needs. Clearly, he's fighting his demons, and his fiancé dealing with the situation. Children are a blessing; they need to be cherished and protected.
And she may be as well. Fighting her own demons.
That's what I said. They're both dealing with it.
Just make sure the situation's not toxic, because the damn football game ain't gonna fix that. All right, we can move on to the
Listen, it was hard to do that lead and then come out to you and say, you think the Chiefs are going to win? Trust me. Okay, thank you for addressing that.
Yeah. With that being the case, I do think they're going to win.
Okay, okay.
And it's because first of all,
a lock for the AFC title game. Let me be more specific here.
A lock for the AFC title game. Andy Reid did a tremendous job managing this whole Patrick Mahomes situation. Remember, we heard Patrick Mahomes' rookie season, how dynamic he was. And Andy Reid said, you know what? I'm going to stick with the veteran. Alex Smith at the time. I'm going to let this guy sit and learn and wait. And then the explosion of 50 touchdowns, MVP season, we all know what happened with Mahomes. The fact that he has Tyreek Hill back The fact that Kelsey is back on this team, they'll be able to establish the running back position with Kareem Hunt being gone. Darrell Williams from LSU came in and did a tremendous job in his backup role. They addressed issues on defense, which was the only thing that held them back. I think they're a lock to be in the AFC Championship, and I think they get past the Patriots and end up in the Super Bowl this year as well. Yes, I feel like this is Andy Reid's breakthrough year with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I like that everything you mentioned had to do with Andy Reid and the offense and all the weapons and Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, and you've fallen into that category like all the other people around America.
Here we go.
And I blame you for this because you sold on the offense. It's all about the offense. Need I remind you, let me take you back to a dreary Sunday afternoon at Arrowhead Stadium. And where was Patrick Mahomes at? He was standing on the sideline next to Big Red. That's what we call Andy Reid in the league. We call him Big Red. So he's standing next to Big Red. And out on that field was the reason that I don't think it's a lock that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get back to the AFC Championship game. It was a defense that was led by Bob Sutton. They were on the field, and they had multiple opportunities to get a stop. They didn't. They didn't even come close to getting a stop. And everybody wants to say, well, if D4 doesn't line up off sides, if ifs and buts was candy and nuts, come on. So come on. This defense, led by Bob Sutton, was abysmal last year, specifically on the back end. Okay, Nelson and Fuller were terrible at the cornerback position. So if we're to believe that they are a lock, then we're going to believe in Bashard Breeland, and he's going to come in and all of a sudden shore up the secondary. We're going to believe in Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, good player, not great, good player. He's going to come over from Houston and be a better player in this Chiefs secondary as they use him down by the line of scrimmage. I can buy that. What I can't buy is that the pieces up front. Chris Jones, he had a sack in 11 straight games last year, defensive tackle. We don't know if Chris is going to show up. Chris won his money. You trade D Ford, you bring in Frank Clark, and now all of a sudden Frank Clark is your bell cow. Up front. He's a better player, Molly, no doubt about it. But this defense has to be better. And I'm not a believer that you can put pieces together and say, man, it's fixed.
You said that with the Browns.
I'm not a believer in that. I'm not a believer because football is about continuity. It's about getting guys together and sacrificing one for another. You know how it works, man.
Yeah.
11 guys playing as one, not individuals. This is not just putting the puzzle pieces together and saying, boom, we got a great picture. So I need to see, can Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, can he be better than Bob Sutton? Because his last couple stops, Spagnuolo wasn't quite that good. Bob Sutton wasn't good last year. So do we switch coordinators and now all of a sudden we're going to get better? Now, I agree with you. Patrick Mahomes is going to be dominant. I don't think we've seen the best of him. I broke down film where he still can get better at recognizing when blitzes are coming, where they're coming from. I think he'll do that. I give Andy Reid a lot of credit. Andy Reid has reinvented himself in the National Football League. What was he? He was a West Coast guy.
Yep.
You know what he is now? He's a Patrick Mahomes guy. Whatever Patrick Mahomes like, that's what we're going to do. But has Andy Reid won the big one yet?
No.
I'm just asking. Has Andy Reid won the big one? And I love Big Red. But has he won the big one yet?
Has not won the big one, but he's going this year.
Okay.
Has he won it,
He's
though?
going this year.
Okay.
No, he's going this year.
I'm just saying, he's got that defense and certain situations in his past in Philadelphia has prevented him from winning. High-flying offense. Can the defense in Kansas City, can they do what New England did to the L.A. Rams?
Or possibly not picking the ball off that hung in the air for 15 minutes or lining up 6 inches off sides. Yeah. That could have kept him from getting to the Super Bowl last year, too. So, I have a lot of faith in what they're doing in Kansas City. I really believe that this team is going to make it to the Super Bowl this year.
Patrick Mahomes, next Tom Brady, yes or no?
The next Tom Brady's been the 916. Yeah. No, he's not the next Tom Brady. I can't just throw that out there. He's a GOAT, Molly.
Okay, all right. They call him Showtime Mahomes.
That's like saying Zion Williamson is the next LeBron James.
Y'all played the game.
Just because Zion can dunk backwards, he's not the next LeBron. Come on, Molly.
Coming up. Andrew's going to lift their team to new heights this season, but which quarterback is under more pressure? And that bad man's got a new boss in Green Bay, but at age 35 entering the season, has he already won his only Super Bowl? Find out later. It's First Take.